Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome here to beautiful Valencia, Spain for the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament matchup between our host Spain and the visitors, the Kings of African basketball, Angola. Well, this is game day 2, second game of this day, of course, in which we already saw the Bahamas win their group with an emphatic victory against Poland. But tonight, it could be the same story for Spain. If they win, they'll top the group, which will mean it'll be between both Angola and Lebanon to decide who comes second. Well, hi, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside the great Shona Thurborn, two-time Olympian with Canada at the Olympics and current professional basketball coach in France. And Shona, you know, this is, many would look at as a David versus Goliath. But if we look at the continents, of course, we're talking about one of the powerhouses of Europe and Spain, but also historically, one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball countries in the history of African hoops.
Yeah, I agree with you. You look at Angola's history, and I mean, as far as African basketball, they are the team with the most appearances in World Cups, Olympics, but it's been a while that they were at the Olympics. The last time they were there was back in 2008. If you compare that to Spain and what they have done in the last 2 decades, of course, it's a David and Goliath story. That being said, I mean, this is a back-to-back for this Spanish team. It's never easy to play a back-to-back. And if you ever watch an Afro-basket, you know how competitive, how athletic, and how physical these teams play down there. And that's exactly what they need to do against this Spanish team. And I think if they can do that, they're going to frustrate them.
Well, head coach Josep Claros, originally from Barcelona, will lead this team as he did last summer at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Bruno Fernando of the NBA, but look out for the likes of Eduardo Francisco, who plays for the mighty Glorioso of Benfica, recently in the Basketball Champions League, and also players such as Silvio de Souza, who recently played in Thessaloniki in Greece. But now we take our sights on Spain. I mean, listen, we could talk on for hours about how great the Spanish national team is. But if we look yesterday, I mean, look, let's give our respects to Lebanon, one of the greatest teams in the history of FIBA Asia. They played their hearts out. They gave everything they could. But when you're up against the second-ranked best team in the world, it's always going to be a tough test to us. But, you know, who do we start with when we talk about Spain?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Who do you start with? Because 1 through 12, they really could start anyone. And, you know, I thought you mentioned it, Lebanon. They had a great first quarter against them. But what this Spanish team does and what they have traditionally done is just wear down teams. So at that 40th minute, the opponents, they got nothing left because of how deep the Spanish bench is.
Well, basketball fans, it's now time to stand if you can and pay homage and respect to the beautiful countries of Angola and Spain with their national anthems.
For the national anthem of Angola. Y con todos nosotros, el himno nacional de España. International referees, Jorge Vázquez from Puerto Rico, Johnny Batista from Puerto Rico.
National anthems of two beautiful countries have been sung, and interestingly, of course, this is a matchup. Well, we're very proud to say that we have three of the very finest here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they will continue to do so here tonight. Time now to take a look at the starting five. We'll begin with Angola. Shilde Dundao will be in the backcourt along with Celta Miguel. Bruno Fernando, the man in the NBA. Baz Magachi, and as well as Jilson Bango. Well, Bango was very big last summer in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And of course, we're going to take a look now at Bruno Fernando. He was injured in that final game against South Sudan, which could have seen them automatically qualify for the Olympics had they won. But, so far this season in the NBA, averaging 14 points per game, he's got to play big tonight.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he is the man with the most experience. Those were his stats from last year's World Cup. He was their leading scorer at that event. And you expect that Coach Jose Claros Canales needs him to step up. But I also think he needs to put a lot of pressure on Willy Hernan Gomez, who, for Spain, in my opinion, he is kind of their go-to guy, especially scoring-wise, even though they have a lot of other threats. Can you go ahead and get him into foul trouble early if you're Bruno? Get the ball inside, try and score. And then that's going to open up for his guards to be able to attack. Because Angola, they're athletic. If you can close the paint, that's going to open up driving lanes for them.
Xabi Lopez Arostegui will be alongside Lorenzo Brown and the great Sergio Yul, while Willy Hernan Gomez will start at the 5. But the big talking point is going to be Santi Adalma. I mean, look, he's had his ups and downs in the NBA playing for the Memphis Grizzlies, but coming back for Spain, one thing that's never in doubt is his consistency on the basketball court.
Yeah, and just, their threat. They are so consistent. Everyone is consistent every night. Santiago Aldama, 17 points, 1 rebound away from a double-double yesterday. In my opinion, it was the best game that I have ever seen him play in the Spanish jersey. Can he continue that today?
Sergio Scariolo, one of the greatest in the history of international basketball. And he's got one job right now, to get this team on that vehicle and make the way, the road to Paris. They were fantastic yesterday against Lebanon. They've got to replicate that same success. Finish top of the group. But now the official countdown to tip-off is underway. Our official partners, a big shout-out and thank you to Tissot. The Tissot countdown to tip-off. It's going to be Angola versus Spain. But Shona, today has been like I don't know what you want to call it. We're midway through the summer, but it's almost been like Christmas, Easter, whatever. We've had a bucket of surprises. First of all, New Zealand in Athens, winning, which was a massive surprise. But then in Latvia Riga, after Latvia had a big win against Georgia, all of a sudden, Gilas Filipinas, the Philippine national team, come up with a historic victory. Their first ever win at a FIBA OQT. Are we about to see the same thing tonight?
I think that's the great thing about sport and basketball. Anyone can beat anyone on any given night, and we're seeing that. Slovenia fell yesterday in an unexpected loss to Croatia. So, there's 4 tickets available. There's 4 different tournaments going on. Right now, it's any given night, anything can happen, and we're already seeing that on the second day of these tournaments.
I tell you what, this is why I love the Olympic qualifying tournament. I mean, the format is great. You get the top 2 or top country from, depending what continent that country's coming from, but there's another chance, and it's anyone's game at the end of the day. One of these teams from this tournament, along with one from Riga, one from Athens, and one from San Juan, will be seeing the Eiffel Tower when the Olympics comes up. I'm telling you right now, we're in for a surprise tonight. Well, again, we'd like to welcome all of our fans watching live on Courtside 1891, the home of FIBA International Basketball. Shilde Dundao was phenomenal last summer in the FIBA Basketball World Cup in the Philippines. Of course, it was one win they could have had that would have seen them already at the Eiffel Tower, but now they've got to do it here. The road to Paris has to be done through Valencia. Gilson Bango will jump this one with Willie Hernan Gomez. Santi Adalma, if he can replicate the same success. Hello, welcome, bienvenidos. This is the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, Spain versus Angola. Angola winning the first possession. Fernando looking to go straight at Adalma. Good defense. Dow's a very quick point guard who does like to pull up off the dribble from the three. Case in point, fires the first one. He's unable to get it, but Fernando gets the offensive board. Goes in and throws it down early on. It's big man Bruno. Now Adalma trying to go down low, but good recovery defense by Gilson Bango. Scariolo's got to be wary of what Angola can give, because even in the World Cup last season, I felt they were a good team, but they kind of gelled towards the end of the group stage.
Yeah, and unfortunately it was a little bit too late. They ended up with a 1-4 record at that World Cup. They did beat the Philippines, but this is, we talked about it, Angola is a team that has FIBA experience. You know, it's not like the Bahamas that we watched before. They were at the World Cup in 23, 19, 14, 10. They've played in many Olympics, even though it has been a little while. So they know what it takes to compete at this level.
Good defense by Fernando. Time winding down here. Now you got it by Dundao. That's to put up a Hail Mary three, and that's going to be possession to Angola. Miguel coming off one screen. Kicks out to Dundao. Goes baseline, bit of a bump. No foul calls. And now here comes Espana. Who fires the three in transition. This time he makes it. A la Madrid, they would say, when he plays in the capital. Angola trying to get it to a half-court set. Now they go to Fernando. Double team coming. Time winding down here for Bruno. This sort of fadeaway. It's good defense. Not quite sure if it was inside the cylinder, but now Spain breaks. Will made one three, goes for another one. Angola's able to secure the rebounds. Got to think the physical aggressiveness here of Angola, plus the quick tempo they'll play at.
Yeah.
Definitely they're not coming here for any participation award, that's for sure.
It's a back-to-back for this Spanish team.
Angola goes in, can't finish, gets some rebound, gets rejected. Another block. Oh, can he go up a third time? Block. Well, this time he gets fouled.
And I think that's a great example of how physical and athletic this Angola team is. They're going to crash the offensive rebounds hard. Maybe don't shoot as good of a percentage from the outside as Spain does historically. And if you look at last year, if you look at the statistics of their players playing on their professional teams, but what they do have is athleticism. And offensive rebounding, picking up full court is what they need to do. And I like how aggressive they have started this game.
Yeah, the one game I felt Angola probably let themselves down last summer at the FIBA Basketball World Cup was against China. China went to a 2-3 zone in the second half. Sasha Djordjevic, something you probably would never have seen him done when he was coaching Serbia. But you know what? It worked. And the irony of it, they tried to do that again against the Philippines and they lost. But Angola, they won that game against China. Who knows? Maybe they'd already be in Paris. And again, bloqueo, bloqueo. Un otro, another one. And now here comes Spain. Both teams locked into three apiece. Down a pump fakes. Bit of contact down the middle. Nice move. For sure, Spain is going to have to try to match up with the physicality. Miguel coming off one screen. Running circles here. Got it by Sergio Yul. Goes up for 15. Angola unable to get an offensive rebound. Lorenzo Brown goes back door. Shote Dundao trying to get in the face of Lorenzo Brown. Now Adalma's wide open, but now they go to Willie Hernan Gomez. And they pull the foul here against Angola.
I think Willy Hernan-Gomez has some of the best feet as a big man. His pick and roll and his ability to know where the ball is going to be, catch it, know where the basket is, and go up right away. You've seen it tournament after tournament. He has to be one of the best big men playing international basketball and has the ability to do that.
I mean, I'm guilty of this. When we look at players at this level, naturally we always go to the resume, where you played. So when you go back to Eurobasket in 2022, we're going to be talking about, Valanciunas, these players. But, silently, as you mentioned, the basics, the fundamentals, the know-how, the IQ. And that's why he was the MVP.
Yep.
Angola currently trailing by 3 points. Fernando finding Miguel on a handoff. Miguel looking to attack. Smothering defense coming by Sergio Yul. Now time's winding down. Needs to pull up for a contested three. Spain's defense showing up, forcing Angola where they want. Now Adama goes in with a sublime finger roll. What is his wingspan?
I don't know, but that was just great awareness. He knew he had a step on his defender. No help side able to get there.
5-point lead to Spain. Wakachi getting a handout, finding Dundo. Another ball screen, set by Fernando. Has to put up a... Are you kidding me? Well, that's when you just have to say, obrigado. What a three-point... Okay. There's a double clutch, and I want to see that again, because I'm pretty sure he quadruple clutched that in midair. I mean, look at this. Not double clutch, quadruple, maybe got away with it. Obrigado. Big time three. That is incredible.
You can't really defend the ball much better than that. But how about Aldama out of the inbound play? He is just playing with so much more confidence than you've seen him play in the past for this Spanish team.
6-point lead currently to Spain. We saw Santi Aldama hit a few tray balls yesterday. Another player you cannot give time and space to. Dudal coming off one screen. Goes by Hernan Gomez. A little too much on it, but Bango gets the offensive board. Straight back up with it. And they're going to need him to do that tonight, Shona.
I keep talking about maybe Angola does not shoot the ball as well as some of these other teams. Oh, how about you reward the big man running? And Willy Hernan-Gomez throws that one home. But, okay, so they don't shoot the ball great if you look historically, especially last year at the World Cup, but they averaged over 20 offensive rebounds a game. So they give themselves second chance opportunities, this Angola team, and we're seeing that here already.
Well, an offensive foul is going to be called against Francisco, the Benfica player.
And the thing is, I mean, the Spanish team is so well coached by Sergio Scariolo, but also his staff. It's his staff who kind of come up with the game plans. They're the ones who do the scouting. They talk, what are we going to do? And I can guarantee you that they said, hey, watch out for the offensive rebound. Everyone needs to box out and go defensive rebound. And guess what? Angola, they already have 7 offensive rebounds.
Well, one of his assistant coaches is the great Luis Hill. Started as a junior national team coach in 2007, coaching Ricky Rubio at the 2007 FIBA Under-18 Championship that was held in Madrid. I mean, he's coaching the ACB, he's coaching Venezuela. Briefly off the back of his stint coaching the Shiga Lake Stars in Japan, but now, unfortunately, he was unable to keep Zunda Valencia in the ACB. But as you said, it just goes to show the caliber of coaches that Scariolo has with him.
And the trust, too. And what I like if you have an opportunity to watch the bench, the coaches on the bench of Spain, actually Luis, who you were talking about, he's the one in charge of the defensive game plan. And when Spain is on the defensive end, he's usually up standing and Scariolo sits down. And offensively or in any other situation, it's Coach Sergio Scariolo up talking, communicating with his players. It's a really unique situation. So if you have an opportunity, go ahead and look at that.
What's interesting is the pathway of some of these coaches, going back to Luis Hill. I mean, over a decade ago, where was he coaching? In the 2nd division of professional basketball in the United Kingdom, working at one of the academies known as Barking Abbey. But again, it just shows the pathway. Young coaches, study the game, love the game. There's always a progression for you to go. Who knows where you might be one day. You might be in the Olympics, FIBA Basketball World Cup, Afrobasket. Love the game. Well, we just have a technical issue that we're trying to solve at the moment. But again, we'd like to welcome everybody watching live on Courtside 1891, the home of FIBA International Basketball. Well, we've had some big surprises today. A big surprise in Riga with the Philippines winning in their group against Latvia. Because the matchup they'll have against Georgia afterwards will be impressive. But, you know, Lebanon are in the stands right now. They're watching this game because they have to play Angola tomorrow. We've already seen a great game in the other group. The Bahamas going 2-0. They top their group. That's going to make it very interesting tomorrow between Poland and Finland. But, you know, you got to look at this game. It's going to be interesting because if Angola can play with that physicality, that emotion for 40 minutes, who knows where this will go.
And, you know, I mentioned it quickly, but if you're just tuning in, this is a back-to-back for Spain. Angola, the coaching staff, I'm sure the players were watching last night. All right, how are Spain playing? What are they doing? They had an opportunity to scout them. One game already in this tournament. Spain, quick recovery. You know, there's advantages to playing a back-to-back. Spain are going to have 2 days off coming up next before the semifinals. But I don't know what's better. I know Coach Scariolo wasn't a huge fan of them having to play a back-to-back. Most teams have to do it, though.
Well, there's a replay of Willie Hernan Gomez. No help side defense, but the dime coming from Lorenzo Brown. Well, of course, if you are watching, remember, make sure this is the pathway. The road to France is on. 4 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments, one in San Juan, Puerto Rico, another one in Riga, Latvia, Athens, Greece, and this one in Valencia, Spain. The winners of all 4 tournaments will get their ticket to the 2024 Paris Olympics. And you got to go back to last summer's FIBA Basketball World Cup. Of course, you know, it was a great Basketball World Cup in which Germany and Serbia played for the final, automatically qualifying for the Olympics. And in the bronze medal game, you had the United States of America against Canada, in which Canada ended up winning. And, you know, those 4 teams ended up being the representatives of their continent. South Sudan from Africa, Japan did it from Asia. I mean, it's going to be a very exciting Olympics. And somebody from this venue is going to join them. Well, I believe we have a technical issue all sorted, and now we're ready to get back underway. 5-point ball game, 4:41 to go in the first quarter. Spain currently in the lead. Shilde Dundao trying to cause a lot of discomfort here for Lorenzo Brown. Lorenzo Brown having spent the past season playing in the Israeli Winter League in the city of Tel Aviv. Here we go again. Willie tries to go with the Euro step. Nice footwork, but he was unable to finish. Another high pick and roll set for Dundao. No switch on the defense. Angola's got to be a little bit more aggressive. Miguel penetrates, goes in, finishes. Strong move to the bucket. A lot to this backcourt.
Great quick first step. You mentioned it, the backcourt, maybe a little bit shorter than some teams, but boy, are they athletic.
Oh my Lord! Well, Bruno just said, not in my house, and Jill said, bango, bango, bango time! That is Angola on both ends of the floor, Shona. And now Hernan Gomez, he'll respond, and he said, wait a minute, este es mi casa. This is my house. We are being treated to something special. Three-point ball game. Miguel goes in with a teardrop, can't finish. Hernan Gomez with a rebound, and now Spain will push this. Lorenzo kicks out, finds Sergio Yul in the corner. It's the side of the backboard, but now Brown will take a 3. Another offensive rebound. Spain playing Angola to their own game.
Yeah.
Brown finds Yul. He'll try another 3. Can he get it? Finally gets it to rattle in. That's the old saying, Shona. Great shooters, they will always keep shooting.
I was going to say that was a very rare miss, hitting it off the side of the backboard from the corner by Sergio Yul.
There's only one human being in the world I know who's able to do that. It's the great Dave Hoppler, who's an NBA shooting coach. He can actually hit the side of the backboard whenever he wants. Miguel now down the middle, finds Dundao. Goes to Francisco in the corner. 3's no good. Well, Hernan Gomez trying to get the seal off. Foul's going to be called on the ground against Gilson Bango. That's going to be his first personal foul of the game. Oh, look at that. No into casa. Get out of here. Hasta la vista. And then Gilson. Bango, bango, bango time. Throw it down, Gilson. Jaime Padilla coming into the game. Here's another look at the three-pointer by Sergio Yul. Rudy Fernandez along with Dario Brizuela. So, Spain rotating the bench.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday as well. I don't think Juancho Hernan Gomez is going to play, unfortunately, for Spain in this game.
Well, Brizuela with 5-3, fresh off the bench, unable to knock it down. Miguel trying to push this one quickly. Lines of Kenny, he'll 5-3, that one's up. That cuts it down to a three-point ball game. He had his inconsistencies of the World Cup.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what, even though this team maybe didn't shoot the ball that great, they were under 30% at the World Cup last year, but they're not afraid to shoot.
Hernan Gomez is not able to get the app one, but he will go to the free throw line. Foul is on Souza. Souza spent the past season playing in Greece in the infamous city of Thessaloniki for one of the most historic professional teams in the world, for that matter. Here's another look at Bukeni Cerise. Well, big ovation coming here for Alberto Villas and Lorenzo Brown, who leaves the game. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Alberto Diaz against Shilde Dundo. Well, maybe he's going to match up with Miguel, because we saw Diaz. He's up in your face for 40 minutes. The Spanish fans rocking in the building, enjoying every moment. We have some fans from Angola, of course, waving the flag. Quite a big group. This really makes both free throws. 5-point lead to Spain. Angola going to the dribble handoff, culminated with a pick and roll, but they turn it over. Now Spain trying to get ahead. Padilla kicks out to Willie Hernan Gomez. With Willa, heavily defended. Goes into the jump hook and a nice move. Well, Dario Brizuela had 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter after struggling for heavy periods of the game, but just another option here for Sergio Scariolo, who can light it up. Bukeni goes in, doesn't get it. Souza offensive rebounding. You mentioned it, Shona, second chances.
Second chance points is actually where they get the majority of their points in competitions. And it's really what's keeping them in the game right now.
5 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Padilla now getting a handout. Brizuela coming off one screen. Kicks out to Alberto Diaz. Brizuela, end of the shot clock, hesitates. Tries a three, can't get it. Now, Angola's got to go quick here. 1 second left. Bukeni, well, he had time and space to go for a shot. I don't think he quite knew how much time was left there. Well, that is the end of the first quarter. 5-point lead to Spain over Angola. Game day 2 of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. And not a bad start here for Angola.
No, I think it's a great start for Angola. I think they've come out and played the way that they want to play. You know what? If Spain can't figure out how to get them off the offensive rebounds, continue to attack the offensive rebounds, it's almost half their points. They have 7 second chance points. They're not shy. They're going to shoot. They're going to score. They're going to try and score and shoot quickly, and then they're going to crash the boards. But more so, I think they've done a pretty good job defensively as well against a very strong and good offensive team in Spain. To hold Spain to 22 points and shooting 47%, 63 from 2, I think that's a pretty good outing. You know, they're keeping them off the boards. They're making them have to be aggressive. Brizuela came in. He had a couple strong takes, made one of them. You know, I mean, if I'm Angola and coach, I'm happy right now. I don't think there's much more they could have done, and you're hoping that as the game progresses, maybe it'll tire out a Spanish team that typically tires out other teams.
That's a very good point, of course, and you know, it's the old cliche, basketball is a game of 40 minutes. And in the case, unfortunately, for Lebanon yesterday, where, you know, they played their hearts out, they had some good moments in the first quarter, but that was only a fourth of the game. The question now we need to find out for Angola with a smaller rotation, are you going to be able to play with this kind of energy here? I mean, a block with Fernando down one end and then Gilson Bango with a two-handed rim rocker. You're right here. The goal is you've got to try and wear down Spain, but now, I think as we go into the second quarter, we're probably going to see Garube come in, and he is probably going to thrive in this matchup. Now, I'm eager to know, is he going to match up with De Souza, or are we going to see him potentially? Yeah, I think it's going to be De Souza.
Yeah.
Well, use that QR code and download Courtside 1891 today to get all the best international basketball brought to you by FIBA. Download Courtside 1891. Use that QR code and do it today. Well, Fernandez now coming off one screen. Franz Brizuela down the middle, goes in. Tough move. He almost got it. But here comes Angola. Dundao gets fouled by Diaz. And I feel Dundao, probably what he has over any other point guard going up against Spain, he has that just explosive supersonic speed.
Brizuela.
Dundao,
Oh,
Dundao, sorry, yeah. Because, you know, with players, I'm respecting you. You got good guards for Lebanon. You got Kareem Zainoun, Ali Mansour, not to mention Amir Saud, the Prince of Lebanon. But Dundao, he just plays at a lightning speed. This will put the Spanish backcourt under pressure a bit.
Yeah, he does. I mean, considering, you know, the height difference that he usually has to give up against his opponents, he can still create his own shot from the outside, but he can also get to the paint very easily because he is so lightning quick.
He's going to pull up for a quick three. We did see him do that a lot last summer for Angola, but he's 0 for 2 now. Or 1 for 3, excuse me. Pradilla connects with it. Nice finish. Nice combo there between Brizuela and Pradilla. Seven-point ball game. Francisco trying to go for a post-up against an offensive foul. Well, I'm not quite sure what that one was. It's on De Souza, I believe.
Oh, just on the roll. Good job there, I guess, by Diaz getting his position. Yeah, that was a tough call going against Angola.
Setting screens has become the hardest thing right now in international basketball because the margin for error is so tiny.
And the game is so much quicker than it was in the past. Well, I almost think if you're going to call it on one end, you have to call a screen again on the other end as well, no?
Oh, I agree with you, yeah.
Let's take a look at this. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, his feet were set. I think Diaz did a good job of pushing his defender. Then Dow into the screen there.
Second quarter of play. Garuba getting a handoff with Diaz. That's going to be an offensive foul this time against Garuba there. I think they hurt you on that one. But that was clear as daylight, of course.
No, good job there by Francisco trying to chase off Rudy Fernandez on the screen, got up into him. Take a look at this. Yeah, I mean, for me, Garuba's feet weren't set.
Yep.
You know, I think that's partially Rudy Fernandez. He needs to be more patient and wait for the screener to be set before he starts to run off him.
Kenny got it by Brizuela. Looking for the ISO. Finds Dundao. Hesitates again with a three. Struggling here by Francisco. Big rebound. Gets rejected, but they're going to call a foul here against Garuba. Well, Garuba's got to be careful here. He's just... I'd say Garuba's very lucky he didn't pick up a technical.
I mean, the advantage that we have is we get to watch it on instant replay multiple times. And for me, it looked like it was a foul from this position.
I'm more concerned afterwards. I mean, Garuba, out of frustration, started clapping. You got to keep us cool because, you know, especially in a game like this, Spain's going to need him. But Scariolo taking no chances, bringing him out of the game with 2 fouls as Adama comes back in. Francisco currently at the free throw line and was a part of that Benfica team that in the second season playing in the Basketball Champions League, fortunately didn't make it into the round of 16 this year. And of course, he's a part of those plans. Played with the great Ivan Almeida, one of the greatest players in FIBA Afro-Basket history. Plays for Cabo Verde. Also played the FIBA Basketball World Cup as well last season. Another free throw miss, but De Souza goes in. Big man just going up and finishing. Still a 5-point lead. Just under 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Well, curls the screen. Lucani's got a mismatch. The time winding down for Spain. Fernandez, trademark, step back 3. Gonna go for another one. Left wide open. But again misses. But again, Angola failed to secure the board. Well, head coach Claros quick to make a change here, so Gilson Bango will come back in with Miguel. That's what he does best.
Yeah.
Ruela finds Adama. Closed out by Dundo. Now the smallest player for Spain gets an offensive board. Third time lucky, still nothing dropping. They got numbers. Miguel kicks out Dundo. Well, somehow Fernandez has lost his shoe. I didn't even see that.
It was on the rebound out on the other end. He
Oh.
lost his shoe. They played the possession. Spain had another shot. They got the rebound. He got his shoe and then just decided to throw it over.
Oh, he threw it. Oh.
He's the one who threw it over there. Yeah, it happened down on the defensive end during the rebound.
I'm trying to figure out how the shoe
Why
got
the
from
shoe
there.
got from there to there. Yeah, here he loses it. Continues to play.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
The tempo of this game is so quick. I missed it. Sideline ball to Angola. Only trailing by 5 points. Dudo getting a handoff. Now finds Miguel. He's going to try another 3. This one's up. It's on target. It looked good. Here comes the Spanish counterattack. Well, they got the switch on defense. But Angola's able to recover. Jaume pump fakes, goes baseline in the lane, switches hands. Tough move by Santi. And now a timeout's gonna be called by Josep Claros. Angola trailing by 7 points, 6:55 to go in the second quarter. There's no help side, nobody coming out to take a charge, but the finish around the bucket, that one's tough. Well, we're gonna go and listen to what the Angolan coach Josep Claros has said his players. As mentioned, trailing by 7 points.
En defensa, 1 contra 1, 3 altos, você todos los jugadores físicos todas. Hay que apañar todos los resaltos para salir en carrera, hombre. El show con Adama, o show, lado débil cada vez. Ahí lo pica todo aquí, este jugador joven, sirve, estate no medio 1 o 2, mas no venga esto aquí si no nos van a avanzar. Una cosa, cuando jugamos últimos segundos, siempre en cross. Está Bruno jugando de 5, José de 4. José de 5, José de 4. No hay tu punto por el side now. Te va a meter dentro ahora. Vamos ahora, hoy.
Well, the timeout call by Coach Claros said, you know, what do you think would be the ultimate message he's saying to his players? I mean, we talk about the physicality side, but offensively, they've got to come up with more than just selling from perimeter shots.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think they have an advantage on the inside if they we're a little bit more patient, but they like to play at a high tempo, so they're going to take their first opportunity, and a lot of times that's a shot from the outside. I think they need to try and get the ball inside. I think their bigs are as strong and as good as the Spanish bigs, if not maybe a little bit more physical. So try and get a look inside and then let that open up and create shots on the outside.
Well, a kickball violation is going to be called against Sergio Yul. So it will be a sideline ball here to Angola. Spain so far only one team foul to give here in the second quarter. Angola, they have 2 to give. It's Bruno Fernando also back in the game. Sergio Yul right now just trying to eavesdrop on the conversation between Miguel and Bruno Fernando. I'd say it was relatively discreet though. We're back to get ready, things underway. Fernando looking for a handoff. Now looking to attack. Almost loses his dribble. Now he wants a post up. Trying to go in, spin around. Well, he lost control of it. Showing a good move, though.
Yeah, I think that was a great move. I think that was a good look. He just lost the ball going up.
Villas finds a Dalma. No bump. Again, way too easy. Now it's a 9-point ball game for Spain. This Spanish team just has so many options of players. I mean, probably the only player who's not going to put the ball on the floor from the perimeter is probably going to be Willy Hernan Gomez, but it's a frightening offense you have to go up against. As Fernando was a foul this time. Now, was he in the process of shooting? That's the question.
Let's take a look.
It's going to be a baseline possession. They're not going to give him free throws. But right here, I mean, intelligent play by Santi Adalma.
11 points already for him. He has to be a focus for Angola. I think if you're defending him, you can't help up as much.
Fernando, boot strength goes in. Much better move by Bruno. And Santi Adalma's on the ground. That's a worrying sign for Spain.
This is what I like, though, by Bruno. You know, a few times in this game, we've seen him catch the ball around the three-point line and try and attack. I think when he's a meter or meter and a half inside or that short corner area, and then he gets to put the ball on the floor, he has a better chance using his speed along with his physicality. I think Aldama just got hit with the offhand by Bruno. It was an inadvertent hit.
Well, Dalma, a very passionate player, but you saw he got frustrated yesterday with Haida from Lebanon. Angola cutting it down to a 7-point ball game. Now Lorenzo trying to put the moves on again. Finishes, smooth. Lorenzo time. They want to try and get the ball to Bruno Fernando. Here's a good matchup against Hernan Gomez. Really trying to be strong. Double team coming. Miguel goes in. He'll finish. And that's much better by Angola.
I like that. They didn't settle for an outside shot. For me, they got the ball into Bruno Fernando in a great spot. He drew the double team. Instead of settling for a three, attacked the basket when the help side comes.
Well, Dundao, good defense, forcing the turnover. That's going to be free throws for Angola. So great job by Shilde Dundao. Is it the penalty? Yeah, it is. No, sorry, my apologies. That's the 4th team foul.
No, it's a 5th.
Oh, no, I was right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great chance to cut it down to a 6-point ball game. Last summer, of course, sometimes you would see Coach Claros play Shilde Dundao along with Gerson Dominguez. Both players roughly the same size, but they offer the same quality to this team. In your face, man-to-man pressure. Can shoot a little bit from the perimeter, but it's the speed they play at.
You know, it's also frustrating for guards to play against shorter guards because they get up into you, they force you to have to put the ball above your head instead of in that triple threat position. It's not easy to play against a smaller player, especially if you're playing the guard position.
Absolutely. Well, no Juancho tonight. Now, remember, he did pick up what we believe was a, not sure if it was a groin injury of some sort when he left the game after 1-3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Coach Scariolo talked about it in the press conference after the game. He says, you know, we don't know a lot right now, but we do know it's bothering him and probably not going to take a risk, and we'll see how it progresses.
5-point ball game. Brown penetrates. Finds Hernan Gomez in a beautiful finish. Well, Lorenzo Brown is just one of those complex players. Once he gets in the key, he's either got it himself, but he knows how to dish.
And, you know, talked about Willie Hernan Gomez and that MVP award at the 2022 FIBA Eurobasket. How important was Lorenzo Brown to Spain coming away with the gold medal?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, maybe you could argue the point, had he played at the World Cup last summer, we would have seen him in Manila. But,
yes.
No, he's back here. The goal is to get to Paris. But the thing right now is a 4-point ball game. 3-pointer made by Miguel as Adama goes back door. Keeps it alive. Nice give and go here with Sergio Llull. Tries to go quickly, and he draws the foul. That's a tough one.
I think that was, you know, a veteran play by Sergio Llull, going up, drawing the contact, maybe selling it a little bit, but you know what, it worked out. And here, you know, you talk about Lorenzo Brown and how good he is. He has a great pull-up game. He's also really, really good at attacking the basket. He can knock down threes. I'm not sure I would consider that his strength offensively, but he's also a very, very big facilitator. I mean, he's someone who, you know, consistently averages around 5 assists a game in every pro season he plays. He had over 7 assists a game for them during that run to the gold medal at the Eurobasket. He was an All-Star 5. And I really question if they did have him, and nothing against Juan Yunus, but for, you know, a teenager to have to go in and try and lead your team out of World Cup.
Oh, my Lord. Sorry to cut you off there, but, well, this is a great moment of Warrior time. Fernando threw up a circus shot. Now, this happened last summer at the World Cup. Has he rolled his ankle? Because this is what hurt them against South Sudan. He wasn't 100%. Well, he's just tripped over Rudy Fernandez.
I don't think it was a, you know, a typical, you see it there. I wouldn't call it a typical ankle sprain that we see a lot of times. You jump, fall, twist it, but maybe just tweaked it a little bit. I think he's going to come out.
Yeah. Well, this is hopefully not deja vu for Angola, because it happened last summer. Had he been 100% against South Sudan, that game could have been very, very different potentially, but well, that is going to be the most dramatic irony, to make a crazy circus shot and one, and to, well, hopefully, I'm hoping that Bruno Fernandes is okay. But they've taken his shoe off. They're going to ice it, but this is a worrying sign.
You just hope, you know, maybe he doesn't come back and play this last 4 minutes of the second quarter. Can Angola, without him on the court, keep this game within single digits heading into halftime? Because I think that would be so important for them to give themselves hope heading into the second half.
Well, Brown goes in. He's unable to get the and one, but you know, shown on that play, it's the connection between Willie Hernan Gomez and Lorenzo Brown. You know, Lorenzo makes a penetration here, but look at the seal-off here by Hernan Gomez. Just keeps Gilson Bango away from any help side.
But this is, you know, I talked about the fundamentals of Willie Hernan Gomez, and, you know, he has great footwork. He catches the ball. He keeps the ball high. He's almost like a coach's dream when you ask him to do something. But he's also incredibly, incredibly intelligent. He knows what's happening. He reads the play before it happens. And right there, he does a good job rolling, sealing, and that's the reason we see Lorenzo Brown at the free throw line right now.
Now, you coached at the highest level of your professional basketball in France. You know, you've played with Olympic teammates. You've been in the Olympics. Have you ever been in a situation as a coach or a player where you've had so many talented players, but you've been able to find the right chemistry that you can all blend your games together collectively?
I think it's difficult, and I think, you know, someone like Coach Sergio Scariolo, his experience, but he's also, these players have bought into him and his, you know, his style of play, but also they respect each other. And you see that when they play with each other. I think it's very important. You know, they call each other La Familia. You know, they're brothers. And there's one goal, and the goal is to medal.
Well, Fernando back in the game, goes right at it, gets another and one. Bruno just looks at the crowd and said, come on, I want to go to the Eiffel Tower. Again, same play. Bruno spin. Bruno goes up. Bruno get it. The and one. And that makes Sergio Scariolo call timeout.
You know, we're going to listen in as you see Scariolo not too happy. I wonder if Garuba is going to check back in, but he already has 2 fouls. But physically, I think Garuba has a better chance defending Fernando than Almada. He just gives up too much weight.
No, a ver, la cuestión es que la está recibiendo aquí. Cualquier cosa sea el marcaje el otro, la está recibiendo aquí. Y si la recibe aquí es muy difícil, porque un bote está dentro. Haremos la jugada ya, cuando está en la esquina.
Could we see a third big shock win here today? Who knows? Well, the fans enjoying the occasion here in beautiful Valencia, but now can Bruno Fernando cut this down to a 2-point ball game? 2 points and 6 rebounds away potentially from a double-double. The foul is going to be called against Angola. And the reason that's a bad foul to give away, because now you're just going to send Santi Adama to the free throw line down the other end. Josep Claros knows right now his team are in this, but you know, these small little mistakes, you know, we kind of did see this with Poland as well in the game against Bahamas. You're in the penalty, you give away deliberate fouls in transition. You would expect at this level players wouldn't be making those kind of errors, but you know, everybody's human being at the end of the day. Well, those two are teammates. Adu Nikaha. If I was to go through that man's resume, where he's coached, and what he's even won, well, we might be here till the early hours of the morning. Adama makes both free throws. 5-point ball game to Spain. Just over 3 minutes here in the first half. Mango now got it by Adama. Gets caught a double team. Trying to go for the post ISO. Bobs hangs in the air. Can't get it. Adama comes up with it now. Spain look to push this. Almost an 8-second violation against Xavi Lopez at Ostegi. Adama's made 1 3. Angola going back to that pick and roll here with Miguel. Pulls up inside the key. This is a little too short, but he gets his own rebound. And that one drops in. 3-point lead currently. Kenny comes over the help side. Willie Hernan Gomez maybe could have gone to the free throw line there.
But again, just awareness, footwork, touch by Willie Hernan Gomez. I think he's one of the best bigs in the game right now.
Well, Kenny goes in, strong finish, taking the veteran Sergio Yul back to Escuela. Now Willie inside the paint. This time he gets the and one. The MVP of the 2022 FIBA Eurobasket, Willie Hernan Gomez. You mentioned, I got to agree with you. I mean, top 5 best bigs in Europe.
Look at this. He knows he's open. He has to keep the ball high, never brings it down. How many times do you try and teach your bigs? Don't bring the ball down. Everything that he does is exactly what a coach asks.
And the old cliche, basketball is a team game. Lorenzo Brown isn't going to be looked at as one of the best point guards, especially here in the FIBA OQT, if you don't have a good big like Willie Hernangomez with the footwork and good hands. Likewise, Willie's not going to get buckets unless someone gets the ball to him. Garuba currently on the bench right now with new NBA draftee Juan Nunez, who was recently drafted by the San Antonio Spurs. 6-point ball game. He'll go and pick a pop. Finds Gaku. He'll fire this 3 up. That's a good look, but he's unable to finish. Well, Fernando being matched up here with Lorenzo Brown. Dundo's got a terrific matchup, but again, Spain throw it away. Here comes Angola. Can they chip into the deficit? Dundo one pass. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me, Shona?
But again, Dundo just getting to the heart of that defense and finding the bigs.
Foul has been called, so Hernangomez will go to the free throw line. Again, look at the dish off. Jilson, bango, bango, bango time again. Nice time coming from Dundo, but again, served up a poster meal right there. Joseph Glados, these fans, they know all about him. Coached many great years in the Spanish ACB, spent some time in the Japanese B-League as well with Rising Fukuoka. She coached it 2 times. Al Matamer as well, Bahrain. I mean, he's worked with some very, very big prominent programs all over the world. Just over a minute to go here in the second quarter. Well, Hernangomez's free throw is making now a 6-point ball game. Potentially a 2-for-1 here for Angola. Padilla trying to match up with Bruno Fernando. Foul is going to be called against Padilla. That's the benefit of having Bruno Fernando.
I like this, though. They get it here. I mean, clearly, you know, they're looking. It doesn't have to be Fernando, because we also saw D'Souza, I think it was, post up Aldama. They're trying to get that short corner situation. If they don't have a catch and go, they kick it back out, repost, and right now that's what's creating their best offense for them. And I love it, because this second quarter, that's what they've been doing, and they've been doing it very, very well.
Fernando's been unstoppable so far. You could say Willie Hernangomez. You could probably put Garuba on him as well, but probably what they're going to struggle with is to deal with the physicality of Bruno Fernando anytime when he doesn't have the ball in his hands. He's even a seal-off.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Garuba, he has 2 fouls, so he hasn't played since he picked up that second foul. Spain looking like they're trying to go for a 2-for-1 in this situation.
Lopez, I don't think he goes for a 3. Can't get it. They turn it over. I'm not quite sure you want to outlet to Jilson Bango. 13 seconds difference between game and shot clock here for Angola. Dundo kicks out. Gaku misses last one. Gets this one. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point ball game. And now Sergio Scariolo's got to call timeout. Well, I think I heard one great legend say they didn't know anything about Angola back in 1992. Let me tell you something. You got Bruno Fernando, Shilde Dundo, and Jilson Bango. That's what we know. Scariolo's going to have to call in the troops. One final possession with 18.4 seconds left. 1-point lead. Let's listen now to what he has to say.
Rudy, entra por Xavi. Vamos, Rudy por Xavi. Vamos, special 5 just to put it in. Okay? Have to run it on the way. Then we play Che. Okay? Che. But.
turn. You wanna go to this? This or this? Okay. Quédate en la esquina. Demo, esto para esto. Y Sergi pones el pliego y te abres. Mantenemos esquinas. Mantenemos esquinas. Va para la derecha, pero luego le bloquea para la izquierda. Prepárate porque viene así. Quédate aquí para ponerle así al pie. Vamos, vamos. 1, 2, 3.
Well, that man on the right, a former Estudiantes player, was also a man who won the FIBA Basketball World Cup, then known as the FIBA World Championship, back in 2006 with Spain in Saitama, Japan. Also played for Badalona and Real Madrid, but at the moment, interesting stat. We saw the beautiful sight to see the Angolan and Spanish fans here in the building, but Spain's actually winning the rebound count. Final possession here in the first half. Angola's got no fouls to give away. Now we're under 10. Lorenzo Brown trying to go ball screen. Miguel trying to keep in front again. Almost turned it over. Lorenzo Brown asking for the foul, but the referee is happy to let that one go.
That was a great defensive possession there, I think, by Angola. Now, 2.9 seconds is a lot of time.
They're struggling the ball inbound. Yul with the fadeaway. Can't get it, but the tip-in is good. Muchos gracias. Jaime Pradilla. Vamos, Chico. Just went in with a little tip-off. And that will end the first half as Spain hold on to a narrow three-point lead. But look at the Hail Mary three-pointer. And right there, simple little touch.
That was good. I think they're going to use a coaching challenge. You and I have seen it on the screen, though, that, well, a typical high-arcing shot at the end by Sergio Yul, and that was easily.
Well, the officials now have going to review it, but as you said, from our angle,
yeah.
Unfortunately for head coach Josep Claros, it's not going to make a difference. But now the Spanish players have to come back to the bench, but they've already gone into the shower room.
Ball is cleared. Yep, after the review, we confirm, okay? Thank you.
Well, it's going to be confirmed. The 2 points will count. So unfortunately for Angola, it's a waste of a head coach's challenge. You know what, you got to credit this Angolan team. Granted, Spain did play yesterday, but especially, when you look at the magnitude of how well these two teams have done over the year. I mean, right now, Angola's respectfully, they haven't won the FIBA Afro basket since 2013. But they're here and they're competing. They've come ready to play.
Yeah, they actually haven't medaled in the last few years. You said it was 2013. They medaled back in 2015. We've talked about the dominance of Angola in the Africa's region. Now it's called Afrobasket. Before it was the African Championships. And, they are historically, the team from that region with the most international experience, most World Cups, most Olympics. I'm impressed. I'm really, really impressed. I mean, okay, I know they're going in down 3 points. That last second tip in, maybe a little bit mental breakdown at the end. Go rebound. Game's not over until the buzzer sounds. But they are doing exactly what they did last year. I think they're just a little bit more efficient. I mean, we saw them at the World Cup, and they really, really look good. They're crashing the offensive rebound. They're taking shots. What I love is that they're going inside to their bigs. That's where their advantage is, okay? They got to go and attack. They're attacking that short corner, and it's not just Bruno Fernando. They're going with other bigs as well because they know that they have an advantage, and then they're crashing the offensive rebounds. And I think physically they're doing a good job. I mean, Spain, yeah, we know Spain can score. Spain are always going to score, especially this team. This team looks so much different and so much better than last year's World Cup team, even though the majority of it is the same roster. They're just clicking better offensively. So for Spain, considering they're giving up quite a bit of athleticism and physicality against this Angola team, they've done a great job. But if you're Angola, you feel good going into halftime only down 3.
And the worrying sign, we thought, here we go again, was when Bruno Fernando went down with the ankle injury. You're right, everybody is stepping up, but he is the franchise. He is the go-to player, the general on this floor. Here was a look at that replay. It wasn't a full roll, which you identified. But I thought to myself, no, this is not going to be vanilla all over again. But he made an and one, even though he went to the ground, went to the bench, got iced up, came back in, got another and one. That shows you how crucial. Here it is. There's the second one.
He missed his three-point opportunity on the first and one where he had to go to the bench, but clearly, you know, maybe more a little bit nervousness than anything because he looks good, and I like the way he's playing. I love the way this Angola team is playing. And, you know, can they keep up this kind of energy? I think if they can, they're going to put themselves in a situation where they can maybe pull off one of the biggest upsets in modern history of their national team program.
And it won't be the only upset today. We've had two. Are we on our way for a third upset? Well, this is the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. We will be back in just under 12 minutes for second half.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Strong rebound from Thomas. Driving up the floor, and it's going to be a finish by Kuzminskis.
24-9 already in this second period, and it's in the hands of Lomash. Manus throws it down.
Tough guard for Azam on the other end as Belly punches it home.
We're going to see him again here, flush it. Athletic finish from Caboclo. It's been the flavor of his game so far.
5-8 in the post, goes in. Oh my goodness! DeAndre Ayton, are you kidding me?
And now Shardish looks up the floor.
And there's Zubac for the dunk. And boy, Croatia. Beautiful drop off by Hazonia.
Here's a lob. And that's how it started. So we thought from Slovenia it was going to be better, isn't it?
Now Spellman will go from the half court. Oh my goodness! Omari Spellman just reminds the crowd. Spellman from downtown. I know someone else who made that shot yesterday, but Spellman right at the end of the first quarter.
And Nunez goes down and throws it down right on top of Arabi. And look at Tay Garcia. He wants some more of that.
And now here come the Bahamas. Finds Edgecombe, goes in. Oh my goodness! This man is only 18 years old, and even Michael Thompson is up on his feet. Well, Baylor, you better get ready.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, welcome back, basketball fans. The second half will get going in just under 5 minutes. We're live here in Valencia for the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament matchup. Game day 2 between Spain and Angola. Well, if you have been joining us here at courtside 1891, the previous game we saw earlier today, the Bahamas going 2-0 and finishing top of the group. Now play the second place team of this group of Spain, Angola, and Lebanon. Well, hi, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside Shona Thurborn, two-time Olympian with Canada and current professional basketball coach in France. And Shona, what a day we've seen here in the world of FIBA international basketball. First of all, New Zealand getting a massive monumental victory. But if that wasn't enough, well, it's all going off tonight in Riga, but also back in the Philippines. Party time for sure, as the Philippines get their first victory of a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament against the host Latvia, who started with a big victory against Georgia. I mean, are we on our way now for a third upset?
I mean, it looks like it. You're down 3 to the number 2 team in the world, and you're playing well. But I don't think they're really playing spectacular either. You know, they're shooting 36% from 3. It's not a huge amount. They're only 50% from free throw. Imagine they made a couple more free throws. This game would be tied, and it would be anyone's game for the next 20 minutes.
Spanish basketball fans watching live on courtside 1891, I am so sorry, but I have to go there. Remember, go back to the Barcelona 1992 Olympics. And indeed, many Spanish fans will say the biggest defeat in their history in international basketball was when one Angola beat Spain in 1992. That Spanish national team had former national team coach Juan Arenga playing for them at that time. Had also had the dream team, but that was known as Angolazo, the big Angola, winning that game. Could history repeat itself here again today? I mean, we've had 2 upsets, Shona. We might as well have a third one, maybe.
I mean, you know, why not? We questioned after yesterday watching Spain what team could possibly contain Spain. And clearly Angola have proven that it's them. I do think Spain on a back-to-back is difficult, but you know what? Coaches prepare for this. I can guarantee you that Coach Sergio Scariolo had a couple of hard back-to-back practices in a row to try and emulate what they have to do here in this tournament. Angola with the opportunity to scout them yesterday, and their scouting is definitely paying off. I'm interested to see what Spain will change defensively in the second half, because offensively they're doing fine. 46 points, that's a good offensive outing. But defensively, what are they going to do? One, to try and keep Angola off the boards. They have 12 offensive rebounds, which they averaged 20 offensive rebounds at last year's World Cup. It's clearly a big point of emphasis for them offensively, and you know that going in. They have 11 second chance points because of that, so almost half as many more as Spain does. But what are they going to do about that ISO in the short corner situation with their bigs? How are they going to make that pass a little bit more difficult? Are they going to go double? Are they not going to double? Are they going to change up matchups? We'll find out.
Well, of course, we mentioned Bahamas already finishing top of the group. We'll find out who the second place team will be tomorrow when Finland take on Poland. Tomorrow as well, Angola will have to play Lebanon. So very much still all to play for. Now, of course, if Spain win this, they'll be top of the group after winning yesterday. So, of course, it could go right down to the wire. But we will definitely find out as this game progresses. Garuba picked up 2 fouls early on in the first half. He had to go to the bench. Still say he was very lucky. Could have got a technical foul due to his reaction from receiving the second foul, but so far he's okay. But Pep Claros, the man who coached in this arena many times with opposing teams when he was in the ACB, now he's here to try and relive those moments, those memories of the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. And, you know, how dramatic being that this is the road to Paris, the 2024 Olympics. 4 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments: San Juan, Puerto Rico, Riga, Latvia, Athens, Greece, and Valencia, Spain here. And the winners of all 4 tournaments will be joining the teams who have already qualified for the Paris Olympics via last summer's 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup.
And we do know that the winner of this tournament will be joining Group A and playing against Australia and Canada, who have already qualified, and the winner from that tournament happening in Greece right now.
Well, there's a QR code. Make sure you download Courtside 1891 today on your smartphone, tablet, or Android. Get the best streams, schedules, and scores that matter to you most. Remember, Courtside 1891, the home of international basketball, the official platform of FIBA. Well, fans, while you're also at it, make sure you follow all the best content highlights brought to you by FIBA. Follow FIBA on Instagram, X, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. But now let's get this one back underway. Angola getting the first possession. Twisted turn in, nice post move, but he's unable to finish. I still think Spain defensively, to try and play them 4 quarters is probably the biggest challenge you're going to find here in the FIBA OQT. Respect to other countries, that is, but they're just such a tough team. As now here comes Gomez. He gets fouled by Gilson Bango.
Great pass, nice find. And this is what I mean. I'm going to keep talking about Willy Hernan Gomez because I think he is such a great fundamental big. He knew coming off that screen that the bounce pass was going to be a bounce pass. He knows when it's going to be a pass in the air. And his hands are always there ready to catch it.
That play happened so quickly because they play at high tempo. I'm not sure if that it was a regular bull screen or a ghost screen because of the way it moved. What is your interpretation?
I do think Hernan Gomez likes to slip a lot of screens. So, you know, sometimes if the ball is a little stagnant, he'll go and definitely set that on-ball screen a little bit more aggressively. Other than that, he likes to slip and roll kind of at the same time he is setting a screen.
I mean, he's a big fella, but he, as you mentioned, he is renowned for those slips. I mean, he moves so quickly.
Yeah. Already 9 free throw attempts for Hernan Gomez in this game.
Well, here we go, 2-on-1. Back to Lorenzo Brown, maybe overpassed it. Sometimes you can be a little bit too unselfish, but you're in a city here like Valencia where they've got amazing paella. You just need to be a little bit greedy, especially here on the basketball court. A 5-point lead still to Spain. Angola trying to find a balance in their offense. Miguel looking to attack. Well, Bango doesn't take many threes. Every time I say that, they make it. Every time.
I don't know if you're trying to help Spain or Angola.
But if you notice that, every time I say that phrase, the shot drops. Wow. Well, the cylinder was inside the cylinder. So that's going to be a goaltending violation. Here's a look at the replay.
Huh.
That one's on its way down, though. It hasn't touched the rim.
Okay.
That's my assumption. I don't know.
We did have an explanation by the referees this morning, or at lunchtime, but clearly you and I did not pay well enough attention.
Because speaking with our FIBA officials, once the ball touches the rim and it's up off the cylinder, then it's anyone's game. But that one hadn't even touched the cylinder. It was on its way down, though. That's again, I'm not trying to be an expert. I'm just wondering. Fernando, again, nowhere to go, turns it over. And here comes Spain. Well, Willie Hernan Gomez will kick out to Lorenzo Brown. Had a wide open look. Back to Willie inside the paint again. Textbook fundamentals by the big man.
Might have missed an easy opportunity for a little layup as he attacked the basket.
Angola down by 6 points. Now we're under 10 on the shot clock. Dudo's got to make something happen. Ball screen coming from Bango. Shoelaces have come on time, but he puts up a Hail Mary three. Well, he almost got the lucky drop on it. Can't throw the ball up the floor quickly. Brown going down the middle. Bit of contact, the foul's going to be called. So 2 free throws coming up here for Lorenzo Brown. I don't know if you're going to find a better playmaker than Lorenzo Brown. I mean, using the ball screen is like an art form for him, because what he does so well, he reads the surroundings and gets into gaps, and that just causes so much problem for the defenders.
I also think Lorenzo Brown is almost, the perfect player for this Spanish team and the players that he has around him. Yeah, maybe they could have tried to, naturalize a more high-scoring player, but that's not what they needed. They have players who can score. They needed someone who is unselfish, willing, but also knows how to, like you said, use a ball screen, keep the defender on his back, know who's going to be open depending on where the help comes from. And it's exactly what Lorenzo Brown does for them.
He's also very
and does in his career, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays it's all about how many, regardless what position you play, can you shoot the three-point? Not that he can't do it, but he has that mid-range about him that probably would have been more prominent in the early 2000s. Miguel looking to isolate. Looks for a floater off the backboard. Can't get it. And now here comes Spain. Finds Adalma. Nice pass. He's going to draw the foul. Now that's going to count, I think. Yep. Goaltending and one. One disaster after the next. And, you don't know if it was going to go in or not. Let's take a look at the replay.
I'm not sure it would have gone in.
Who knows? I'm not a physics expert. I take AP physics in high school. Ten-point lead currently to Spain. Of course, the Lebanese national team, they are in the building watching this game closely, as they'll be in action tomorrow against Angola. Adalma is unable to convert the three-point play. Now trying to come off one screen. Angola needs some rhythm in their offense, but they turn it over yet again.
Well, they did such a good job taking care of the ball in the first half. Already 2 turnovers, leading to baskets for Spain. Spain jumped out 10 points already in a little over 3 minutes in the third quarter. You wonder at what point Angola are going to turn to call a timeout.
Of course, the Bahamas will be watching this game closely, because if Angola wins this, they'll be in pole position tomorrow to finish top of the group. And If you are the Bahamas, today you're probably celebrating finishing top of your group because knowing that you might not meet Spain in the semis, but if that changes, well, that could make things very interesting in the semifinals in 2 days' time, or 3 days' time, excuse me. Angola only one field goal here in the third quarter. Dalma pump fakes, goes in, switches hands. Look how quickly, there's the bump, but he doesn't get the and one. But you like that from Angola. Push the tempo, try and go quickly.
No, I mean, I think they need to use their speed. They need to use their athleticism. It was a great headman pass. Good job running the floor. Don't get the basket, but you're getting to go to the free throw line.
And Makachi just gets the roll on the free throw. Pep Claros knows his team probably could have got to Paris already. Maybe had they beaten China, maybe had Bruno Fernando been healthy against South Sudan. But there's still hope, there's still a chance. Lorenzo Brown dishing off, and he turns it over. Bruno Fernando just able to keep this under control. Going down by 8. Tundo hesitates. Draws a foul. It's on Lorenzo Brown, so he'll go to the free throw line. Well, clothesline. What I like about that, of course, Lorenzo Brown didn't argue with the call. He knew he got it, but kind of waiting for Lorenzo to say, where's the foul? Chill, they'd be like, hey, it's on my head. Of course, if you did watch him last summer at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, he's interesting because he will pull up some, we've already seen it tonight, he made 1 3 that was a quadruple clutch midair, but hasn't quite had his three-point shot going like he likes to usually do. Angola getting ready to make a change as Makachi leaves. Benfica's Francisco comes back into the game. 7-point ball game. Brown looking for that ball screen by Adalma. Down the middle. Well, Hernan Gomez doesn't take many threes. Finally, the voodoo's over on my...
Not seen him shoot many frees at all.
Well, Dudal goes in, coast to coast at super sonic Angolan speed. I was gonna say, I don't think I've seen Hernan Gomez take a three when he was in the NBA. 5-point ball game. Sergio Yule was wide open, but Adama goes in with a Magic Johnson-esque dream hook shot. Halfway gone here in the third quarter. Fernando looking to go at Santi Adalma. Pump fakes. He's going to turn that one over. Let's look at the replay.
Oh, yeah. I think he has a reason. For me, it looked like it might have gone off Aldama's leg. But how about that old school hook shot? He had no one to pass to.
That's dream. That's, as you mentioned, that's vintage. You don't see that shot too often these days. Spain's still in control of this one. A win tonight. They won't play the Bahamas in the semis. Road to Paris. Here comes the dribble handoff, full screen. Oh, nice time. What a play. Vintage. Baloncesto Español. Well, Santi Adalma was on the other end of one of those passes yesterday. This time, he's facilitating it. 9-point lead, excuse me. Lucchini still has the ball in his hands. Crosses over. Finds Francisco. Hits a three. The dying moments of the shot clock.
I really love to see. I mean, I know they knocked down the three-point shot there, but I think you got to get Fernando. the way Santiago is playing right now, it's absolutely a joy to watch. But it's been a few possessions, many minutes now. I think Bruno Fernando needs to get down into that short corner position where they had so much success in the first half.
Fernando trying to penetrate, goes into a double team, and he gets simply too big, too strong, and just too good.
Well, I mean, Garuba's there, the one who came over and helped. He already has 2 fouls. He just checked in. He can't pick up his third one quickly in the third quarter.
Well, Brown splits the defense. Finds Garuba, another turnover. Here comes Angola, only down by 6 points. I don't know if the foul was called on Sergio Yul or against Xabi Lopez Arostegui. Look at this. Sharing is caring. Team basketball at its finest. Again, if you're a coach watching this team, oh, you are a coach, but the nostalgia, the way the ball moves. McKenny finds Miguel. He's made 1 3, cut it down to 3 points. Oh, they throw it right back to Angola. McKenny's also made 1 3. Again, can't get it. Francisco, big rebound, put back by the big man from Benfica. Two-possession ball game. Well, Brown goes in, another turnover, and here comes Angola. Kenny thought about it. Well, Kenny gets a little bit too excited, tries to go behind the back in a wasted transition.
Yeah, that was an opportunity for them to cut the lead to 2 points. I think there they had a 5-on-4, 5-on-3 actually. It was good penetration, but one of those a little bit more fundamental. You know, you got to use your athleticism, but maybe sometimes come to a 2-foot stop, find the shooters, or go up.
Xabi Lopez Arostegui goes to the bench along with Santi Adama, Jaime Perdilla, and Rudy Fernandez back in the lineup for Scariolo. With Weller now. Finds Perdilla straight off the bench, pump fakes. Goes into the one-handed floater, can't get it. But De Souza throws it away. Francisco wasn't ready. Fouls been committed. And unfortunately for Angola, that's team foul number 5. So free throws coming up for Spain. It's on Miguel. There's a look to reach him. Very unnecessary by Miguel. And it's one of those we talked about. You put them in the penalty, you just give them a chance to, you know, extend their lead even further. Lorenzo Brown's had his troubles here in the third quarter, especially. He's gonna have to ride the storm because I think Alberto Villa is a provisional substitutions coming in.
Lorenzo Brown playing some big minutes for them in this game. And I know Coach Scariolo, he wanted to play his bench. Everyone got to play yesterday for Spain because they did have a lead for the 3 quarters at least of that game yesterday against Lebanon, and now you're kind of seeing, you know, the go-to players, because they're having to play bigger minutes. They're only up 5 with just under 2 minutes to play in the third.
Fernando got it by Perdilla. Double team comes. And that's going to be the 4th and final team foul against Spain with 1:44 to go here in the third. So it's going to be a baseline possession. Well, Brizuela came over for the double. De Souza trying to post up here against Garuba. Goes in, can't finish. Gets some rebound, but another foul. And he will go to the free throw line.
I think that was a good job there by De Souza. Not sure if he realized, but Garuba has 2 fouls. He's not going to be as physical defensively because he wants to stay in the game and get some playing time for this Spanish team. Misses a shot, does a good job going after the offensive rebound, and Garuba, just one of those, you know, is it a foul? Yeah, but it was very unintentional foul, so that's actually going to be his 3rd. I imagine he's going to stay on the court a little bit because, you know, you look at the playing time of someone like Santiago Aldama, he needs to get a little bit of a break. He played about 8 minutes already in this quarter.
Well, he's originally from the capital city of Luanda. He's the son of a Angolan legendary basketball player. But De Souza unable to make the 2nd free throw. 4-point ball game. Alberto Diaz finds Brizuela, curls the screen, fires a 3, sinks it, and Spain needed that one. Those 2 were teammates at Unicaja, not last season, but the year before. Now they're doing it again here. They won the Eurobasket together. Fernando baseline, kicks out. Good ball, the bounce pass slowed it down. Kenny with the floater. And here comes Spain in transition. Fernandez finds Brizuela, made his last 3, goes for another one. Spain's inconsistency from the perimeter showing up. Angola goes quicker, they can get a 2 for 1, but no foul called, another turnover. 5 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Spain want to run this down. The foul's going to be committed. That's a terrible foul to give away by Francisco.
I mean, we saw it happen in the game before. You mentioned it, Poland committing some bad fouls, as well as the Bahamas. Just one of those. I love the aggressive defense. I think you need to stay aggressive, but not the moment to foul. You're putting a good free throw shooter on the line. It was not necessary.
De Souza had a chance to cut it down to a 3-point ball game, but then that turned into a 7-point lead thanks to Brizuela. And the foul by Francisco sends Brizuela to the charity stripe, and now it's potentially, with 17.4, going to be nearly a double-digit lead for Spain. Fans are in Valencia. They've enjoyed the first 2 days. Again, it's been non-stop packed action here. He's getting his respite. It's been great. His 2 teammates this season in the Spanish ACB in the lovely, beautiful east coast of Spain in Barcelona. Brizuela makes them both. Xavi Lopez Aroztegui coming back into the game for Spain. Angola as well, taking Francisco out of the lineup. So Pereira comes back in. Only briefly came in the first half when Bruno Fernando went down with that M1 after the injury. Kenny finds Gakko. Downloaded to Souza. Got to go quickly here. To go for a tough fadeaway, but that's not going to drop. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Spain will head into the final 10 minutes with a 9-point cushion against Pep Claros' Angola. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the key stats and then some of the best highlights so far, but Angola not as quite cohesive or as composed as we saw in the first half, Shona.
Yeah, I know. I think, you know, intensity-wise, defensively, Spain came out and did a much better job, though, in that 3rd quarter. And I question what they were going to do because they gave up a lot of points in the first half, more than we're typically used to seeing Spain do. They did a much better job on the rebounds. They only gave up 2 offensive rebounds in that quarter compared to 12 in the entire first half. So obviously that was the point of emphasis, and they were able to correct that. So, you know, Angola, yeah, they struggled a little bit, but they also had their moments, and they're still in the game. I mean, to go down 9. You're heading in, you got 10 more minutes. You come out, you get a couple stops, a couple scores. You're right back in that game with a 2-possession game. And, you know, again, I mean, Willy Hernan-Gomez and Santiago Aldama are just taking over and leading this Spanish team. And they're their go-to players, especially the way that Aldama played yesterday and how he's playing right now. So it's exciting to watch, but it is not over for Angola. I think if they can pull off another one of an amazing upset, we've already seen at these tournaments, the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments, it's going to turn into a crazy tournament.
I think the terrifying part here for Angola is defensively, you've done a good job of making it tough for Spain from the perimeter. Spain's only 22% haven't made 4 3-point field goals, but yet Spain still have a 9-point cushion. What do you have to do to stop Spain? That's the big question.
I think Spain did a great job offensive rebounding in that third quarter. I think they were more aggressive. And, you know, you got to stop the pick and roll with Lorenzo and one of the bigs, either Aldama. It's normally Willy Hernan-Gomez, but he's not only hitting Hernan-Gomez, he's also finding perimeter shooters. And you got to somehow make it a little bit more difficult, especially when Lorenzo Brown is on the floor. Right now, obviously, we see the double-double there by Willy Hernan-Gomez, 22 and 10. Lorenzo Brown is not on the floor, but you got to worry about shooters. Brizuela, Rudy Fernandez can take over. This might be the time where you try and make a little bit of a push if you're Angola.
Well, Pereira giving a hard foul to Brizuela. Final 10 minutes. As we mentioned in the beginning of the second half, go back to the Barcelona 1992 Olympics when Angola broke the hearts of every Spanish basketball fan, defeating Spain, who had Juan Arenga, the former national team coach of La Familia. That day was forever known as Angolotha, the big, mighty Angola. Of course, that Olympics was probably the gateway for international basketball when the NBA decided to bring the top players, the infamous Dream Team. Now we head into the 2024 Olympics. Padilla finds Rudy. Rudy fires a 3, make it only number 5 hit for Spain in the game.
Exactly what I said. I said you need to watch out for Rudy Fernandez and Brizuela with this lineup if you're Angola.
12-point ball game. De Souza. Going back down, the big man. Trying to go up against Garuba. He's going to go an offensive foul against Silvio. And Pep Claros can't believe it. He's got him with the elbow.
Yeah. I think it's a good move. I mean, I like the play. Go after Garuba. He's the one in foul trouble for Spain with 3. But he stood his ground. He didn't just let him get back down. So a nice defensive possession there by Spain. And I talked about it, Spain, they wear down teams. Well, he got it back. Oh, Garuba's got to be careful.
Well, he's definitely frustrated, but he's kept his composure for sure. Well, there's definitely contact with the follow-through, that's for sure. I don't think Garuba's trying to take him out, but ouch. That, my friend, will leave a mark.
I'm actually impressed that De Souza got up as quickly as he did after watching that replay.
He's a tough person. I tell you what, any basketball player that plays in the Thessaloniki derby in the north of Greece, he plays for Aris, but when you have to play against PAOK in the PAOK arena, you have to be one strong-minded human being. I think you'd have to be a strong human being just to go with media accreditation to that kind of atmosphere, let alone be a player. But Mr. Souza had a phenomenal season in Greece this year. The fans in north of Greece, they loved him. But Pereira hesitates. Finds a 3. Well, knocks it down. Back to a 9-point ball game. Just over 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. But De Souza causing problems here. Finds Gakko. How many times have we seen this shown up? Here comes De Souza. Oh, baby! Boa noite. Good night, Silvio De Souza. I tell you what, we have seen some exciting plays right now here at this FIBA OQT, but Silvia de Souza just put Jaime Pradilla on a poster. Obrigado. That is incredible.
Oh, wow. I mean, not much you can really do. Pradilla, when you're in that situation, maybe sometimes you just let it go so you're not on the poster.
Good night. Good night, Jaime Pradilla.
Well, Spain wanted to call a timeout after that one. They're still up 7, and talk about basketball being a game of runs, and we've seen it. But that being said, Angola, they haven't been able to tie the game. Spain has always had a possession lead. Still plenty of time to play. You have, for me, Angola right now, you have their starters, you know, they're more go-to players on the bench. So they're obviously going to finish the game for them, as well as some players for Spain. So it'll be interesting kind of what the second lineup for Angola can do against, you know, maybe the second lineup, like I said before the game. I think Spain, the 1 through 12, any one of them could start. But, you know, what are these two matchups going to do for the next couple of minutes until both teams probably go to their starters?
Well, the scary part about Silvia de Souza, he's only 25 years of age. Now, he went to the University of Kansas. For a senior year, he went to Chattanooga. But, you know, one season playing pro basketball in France with Choréal Rohan.
Yeah.
And then, of course, going to Greece. I tell you what, he's tough as nails. Here comes Brizuela. And again, de Souza. Well, he's on both ends of the floor. Well, de Souza now is just setting a statement. He struggled in the third quarter, but all of a sudden he's come back to life. No in mi casa. He just said to Dario Brizuela, adios, get out of here.
And what's scary when he plays with Bruno Fernando.
Well, they're almost like the brothers of destruction, but well, Brizuela, again, tries to go for another 3, but good offensive rebound by Pradilla. Rudy will pull up inside the key. Rolls its way in and out, and Angola again, only down by 7. Here comes Lucchini. Lucchini now kicks out. Spain only have 1 team foul already here in the 4th. Down to de Souza one more time, another foul, and he'll go back to the charity stripe.
That was a great pass by Lucchini. I thought he was going to shoot it, but instead kind of draws all the attention, and then a good job by de Souza sealing, keeping Willy Hernan Gomez on his back, and Willy really nothing to do other than foul in that situation.
Well, the good thing here for Angola, they're playing with this wave of momentum, and Bruno Fernando is on the bench. So at some point when the adrenaline cools off, you just bring in the NBA superstar, and all of a sudden, hey, now we're on for this. It's only a 7-point ball game. He's got to make his free throws. Of course, 2-time gold medalist as a youth player with the Angola national team, under 16 and under 18. He'd love to win something, of course, with the men's team, whether that be getting to the Olympics, winning a FIBA Afrobasket. Makes the second one. 6-point ball game. Angola not going away anywhere anytime soon. Handoff here with Brizuela. In around the defense, finds Pradilla. Pradilla fires the 3, and again, make it number 6 here for Spain, extending their lead back to 9. No need to panic for Angola. Pereira made his last 3. That one's too short. Goes out of bounds, that comes off de Souza. So that's gonna be Spain ball. Well, de Souza's trying to say that Hernan Gomez pulled his shirt. It's a 3-pointer by Jaime Pradilla in the corner. Spain going handoff. Brizuela finds Rudy, time winding down. Kicks out to Brazuela. Got to go in for a floater from the free throw line. Dario making now 11-point lead here for Sergio Scariolo's players.
Great job, great patience. The last few possessions and scores by Spain. They've had a lot of movement. They're playing large, handoffs, penetration. They're finding good scores.
Oh, Rose, I don't think I've ever seen that in a game of basketball. Silvio De Souza missed his own layup and tip-backed it in. I don't think I've ever seen that.
He was almost out of bounds, too. Ball rolled around on the rim.
Well, double change coming in is, I think De Souza's going to leave because Gilson Bango's coming in. Shilde Dundao and Bruno right here. I don't think I've ever seen this. That's the first time for me. You?
No. Look, he's underneath the basket.
First time for you know, we may see something else, maybe. If Lebanon are able to win tomorrow, we might see Yusuf Hayat play against his head coach next season.
Very true, yeah.
This OQT is full of surprises. And now Rudy pulls up for three, and again, he's on fire. Spain hitting the third three-point now. Pep Claros, he'll call timeout, and Rudy just trying to get Los Aficionados, the Fanaticos, into the game. 12-point lead to La Familia. Well, here was a three-point loose ball, but, you know, did Pep Claros wait too long to make the change?
Yeah, just a good job, heads-up play by one of your veterans. He knows shot clock is winding down. It wasn't a bad defensive possession, but you have to know where shooters are, and this Spanish team actually has a lot of efficient shooters. They haven't shot the ball. They started well and then kind of cooled off a little bit, but you know, I mentioned it at the start of this quarter, you have to know where Brazuela is and where Fernandez is. And so far, the two of them combined have 9 points already in this quarter just from threes.
Well, again, we talked about Spain's three-point shooting at the end of the first half, only making 22%, 4 three-point field goals, but now they seem to click back into gear. And, you know, great teams, when they're taken out of their rhythm, taken out of what they do best, still they've managed to find a way, and they've done that in this game. They still had a 9-point lead at the end of the first half. But the patience, the collectiveness, now the threes are dropping, and this could very well be the end for Angola, but maybe not. 5:57, it's only a 12-point deficit.
It's only a 12-point deficit. We've seen them cut it down to 7. You know, somewhat easily, but the thing is, right now, for me, this second half, Spain have picked up their intensity defensively, and it's, you know, forced Angola into turnovers. I thought they did a really good job of taking care of the ball in the first half, and so far, you know, those turnovers, they're leading to easier baskets. They're leading to confidence for Spain on the offensive end.
Well, Miguel's back in the game. That's almost got called for an 8-second violation. Shilde Dundao as well back in for Angola. Trying to find Fernando. Fernando's got a mismatch. He's got it by Jaime Perdilla. Foul's going to be called, so that's going to be the third team foul against Spain. And a technical foul is going to be called against. I don't know if it's against Fernandez or Perdilla. So Angola's going to shoot a technical free throw.
I think it might have been on Rudy Fernandez after talking to the referee.
I think you're right, yeah.
Oh, no, they said Jaime Perdilla. I actually thought it was on Rudy Fernandez, though.
Well, Miguel makes the free throw and cuts it down to 11 with 5:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. Oh, that's quite a reaction. It's quite scary. It's a big lineup here for Angola. Gilson Bango, Bruno Fernando, and Silvio De Souza caught a double team. And there's another foul, so Gilson Bango will go the free throw. Spain should have no arguments with that one. But I think what they're arguing, Shona, 3 seconds maybe?
Yeah, I mean, ball was in action, pass was coming.
I mean, there's no argument on the foul. It's clear.
No, yeah, it was a reach-in foul. It was definitely a foul. What's interesting, though, is Angola, if they stay aggressive, they could get to the free throw line the rest of this quarter even if it's not a shooting foul. And that can be a game changer when there's 5.5 minutes left, you're trailing by 10.
Now, Shona, my one worry, though, for Angola, you only have 2 backcourt players. Essentially, you have 3 post players who, I mean, let's be respectful, none of them are really stretch 4 or stretch 5s, to be honest. They're all natural bigs, I guess.
They're all natural. Yeah, you know, I think they can shoot that short corner turnaround shot, but definitely don't really have 3-point range.
Well, Fernandez, as the emotion got to Spain here, maybe you felt Rudy Fernandez was trying to do a bit too much for an ISO, but listen to this Spanish crowd. They're trying to rally behind their team. If Spain win tonight, they'll avoid beating the Bahamas in the semis. But if they lose, well, it's going to be down to Lebanon and Angola tomorrow. Padilla all over Bruno Fernando. Finds Miguel, time winding down. Miguel splits, goes in, draws another foul. Slowly but surely, Angola just keep going back to the charity stripe.
Get to the free throw line. They don't shoot the best percentage. They're only at 62%, 13 to 21 from the free throw line. But you know what? You're having success. You're putting Spain into a situation where they have to foul or it's going to be an easy basket.
Spain, you can feel the frustration. Double change, Lorenzo Brown, along with Sergio Yul coming back in. As Alberto Diaz and Dario Brizuela will take a breather. Final 4 minutes and 58 seconds here in the fourth. Miguel's at the charity stripe, but he missed the free throw.
You'd hate at the end of the game for Angola, you know, maybe they lose by a few points, and then you look at your free throw shooting percentage.
9 missed free throws.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. You don't want to look back and think, could the outcome have been different had you made all your free throws? In this case, we'd all be locked up at 79. But who am I to criticize? I can't make a free throw. Makes the second one, 8-point ball game. Lorenzo Brown had a bit of an opening, but he's going to take his time here in the offense. Spain going to that Spanish action. Adalma off a screen, fires a 3. Muchos gracias. Santi's back in town. Shouldn't need a doubt. He'll try to respond. That's a good response. Emotionally, Shona. That keeps Angola in this one.
Yeah, it does. Anytime you can keep it under 10 points, single digits, you always feel like you have a chance no matter what the time is on the clock.
Trying to find Adalma, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Padilla.
I mean, that was an easy call even from where you and I are on the other side of the court.
See, I'm very perplexed right now because when we watched the Eurobasket 2022, the maturity of Jaime Padilla just made him such a top-class professional. I mean, look, he's just having a frustrated night tonight, but he should have no arguments with that. He's moving, he's blocking Fernando. And big Bruno, oh, no ankle injury tonight. It's not going to be like Manila last year.
But I think what is frustrating is Jaime Padilla has to go to the bench right now because he picked up that unnecessary technical.
Yep. Kickball violation against Garuba. I tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen a national team lineup like this. Bruno Fernando, Silvia de Souza, and Gilson Bango. This is Angolan basketball. I love it.
It's big, huh?
It's
athletic.
Yep. When you look at Spain, on the other hand, Santi Adalma is your power forward because Garuba is your undersized center. But that's how they play. He's got to go for a shot now. One-legged fadeaway. Can't get it.
A great tip by Aldama.
3:33 left. Brown going handoff with Adalma. Now the ball screen by Garuba. The foul's going to be committed. And that's the final team foul for Angola to give here in the fourth quarter. I'll tell you one thing, though. I mean, for Angola, if they lose this game, it's still Lebanon tomorrow. Which, if they win, and I mean if, because Lebanon will be ready, I think a matchup with Bahamas and Angola would be fun to watch, and a good matchup for Angola. Another silly foul, because now you're going to send Garuba to the free throw line. Garuba does have his inconsistencies at the charity stripe, but now he's got to make them. Oh, Santi Adalma not in the mood to shake Silvio De Sousa's hands. And De Sousa still having a few words to try and wind him up, but and now Bruno Fernandes just said, hey, you go box out there, I'll take care of this. Come on, no technicals, please. Well, Garuba, again, coming from a family of basketball players, younger brother, FIBA Under-19 World Championship last summer in Spain, which they defeated both Alexandre Sarr and the NBA #1 draft pick, Zachary Vissachedo, excuse me. This is the second one. 9-point ball game. Dundell goes quick. Just Bango well.
I like it. I like the speed. I like the intention, but it's one of those where, you know what, at this time and score, you can't turn the ball over. It has to be a guaranteed pass.
Yeah, composure's everything at the moment. Just over 3 minutes left. Spain looking to go up by double digits. And Talma, well. The team's just, I don't know if it's the adrenaline. I mean, you know what it's like at this stage. Sometimes you put a little bit too much finesse.
I mean, we keep forgetting with the way that Santiago Adalma has played in this game and then the game before. He's still young. This is a 23-year-old. He hasn't been in this situation a lot. He wasn't with them.
Bango coming up for the Bull Street. Well, Joseph Bango inside the paint. Got to go up with it. Spins baseline. It's going to be a out-of-bounds violation. Joseph Bango will be coming to this arena next season when he plays for Zaragoza in the ACB. So, see national team experience, but he's going to know what it's like in this arena. I mean, he's been playing in Germany for the past few years. He's a phenomenal professional, but they need him to not make those errors right now.
No, and that's two back-to-back turnovers for Angola. And, you know, they're doing the job on the defensive end, but you got to get stops and scores at the end of a game as, you know, Dunde checks out of the game.
2:38 left. Angola trying to put on some full-court pressure. That was the Adalma cross-court to Sergio Yul. Renzo finding Rudy. Find Sergio Yul. Why not? He'll fire another three. Garuba, just an easy offensive board, and he gets the and one. Well, it could have been a simple box out for Angola, and even with a big lineup shown, they still couldn't do it.
Not even a box out, just go get the defensive rebound if you're Angola here. No one, I mean, look, you gotta go. You can't rely on just your bigs, like you said, to rebound. Guards gotta rebound down.
11-point ball game. Will come back for a Garuba free throw, but now Pep Claros of Angola wants to call timeout. One thing for sure that's going to happen after this game, regardless what the result is going to be, if Angola per se do loses, they're going to take a lot of confidence going into the Lebanon game for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously Lebanon a little bit of an advantage because they get the day off. We know the coaches are here scouting. The players are probably back at the hotel watching this game, so they're preparing for this game. But at the same time, Angola, win or lose, it's not over. There's still 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's a lot of time. Win or lose, you have to have confidence. And then imagine they get a win over, let's just play hypotheticals. Imagine they get a win over Lebanon. Okay, you're going to move on. You know you're going to play the Bahamas. And you're saying, well, you know what? We held Spain for 40 minutes. Spain ended up pulling off the win. You know, they were up most of the game, but it was still a close game. They always had a chance to win. You got to have confidence going into that game. And then imagine you cross with Spain again in the final. There's no way Angola would not go into that game thinking, well, why not us?
Absolutely. But, you know, again, going devil's advocate, I still think we are yet to see the best from Lebanon.
Yeah.
Listen, they don't have Lionel Akshi, but the other player who wasn't able to play in the game against Spain was the Prince of Beirut, the Prince of Lebanon, Amir Saoud. If he comes into the game and has a good night from the perimeter, Angola's going to have a tough night. Listen, we can talk about the physicality, the high tempo, but let's not forget with Lebanon, and especially here in the FIBA OQT, it's been full of surprises. I tell you, that game is going to be very interesting. Listen, I love all basketball nations, but I'll tell you something about Lebanese basketball that just gets me going, but Lucani unable to get it. Goes at Garuba, Noe Mikasa. What a block shot. One more, maybe? No, in the end, it will be De Souza.
You know, Garuba, he's struggled with minutes here tonight because of foul trouble issues. But boy, when he has been on the court in this fourth quarter, he has been the difference maker.
Well, Lorenzo Magic on the floor, and he lays this one up. Faked out the entire defense. Extending Spain's lead back to 11. 1:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Now Lucani looking for the ISO. Lucani's got to think about taking this one. Time winding down. Lucani puts up a circus shot. Joseph Bango with the putback.
You know what? Putting up a circus shot, knowing how good your teammates are at offensive rebounding isn't a bad idea either.
Especially with Joseph Bango. I mean, Zaragoza fans. Look at that. Tu no eres bienvenido. My house. Get out of here, says Garuba. Goodbye. But going back to Joseph Bango, of course. Zaragoza fans, you are going to love this man. He will be getting probably more rebounds than points next season because, as you mentioned, he's got good reach. He times rebounds very well. $115 under now. Double high screen coming here for Lorenzo Brown. Now they go to another one with Garuba. Lorenzo pulls up. In range, unable to knock down. Chris Ryan, goalie. Minute left, just keep on trying to score because it's going to go out of bounds, and Angola will get it back with 53. Well, another timeout's going to be called. This one by Pep Claros of Angola. You can tell by the body language of the Angolan players. I mean, it's going to be mission impossible down by 9, but again, I think what Claros wants, and he always gets this from his players regardless. Apart from the time they lost to China last summer at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, he's going to get their effort right to the end. Well, fans, remember, more games tomorrow. The big one tomorrow, of course. Well, two big ones, to say the least. Finland will be taking on Poland to decide who will go second place right behind the Bahamas. And while the other one, well, it's always a party when Lebanon's in town, I tell you. Lebanese basketball, I like to call them they are in my mind. I mean, the kings of West Asia, and who knows, maybe the next FIBA Asia Cup champs. Of course, Angola, they'll be going up against Lebanon, no doubt. Karim Zainoun, Haik Gökçen, Amir Saoud, the BCL Asia champions winning with Al Riyadi Yakbiri in Dubai. Championship DNA, they'll be ready tomorrow, and so will Angola. It's going to be one hell of a game. You going to be there for it?
Absolutely. I'm not going to miss that.
I got my ticket. Well, thank you to everybody joining us live here on Courtside 1891. 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Angola's going to try to give it everything. Trying to lob it to Bango, but another foul's been called, so 2 free throws coming up for Angola. So if you're Angola, you make, especially the second one.
Yeah.
You got to press right away, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. You got to take chances. Don't really want to foul. Try and cause a front court turnover.
Do you double team right away with the ball?
Oh, absolutely. But you got to make free throws.
Yeah. Which in their case,
10 missed free throws.
Which if they make all 10 of those,
completely different game.
Well, there's the second one made now. Are we going to see the full court pressure? Gecko's going to come back in for Jilson Bango, the provisional substitution. It's a man-to-man pressure, but Adalma's left wide. Spain don't need to rush anything. Adalma again has been hit. He's back up again. So 2 free throws coming up for Santi. You know, I tell you what, Shona, looking at Angola in this game and just seeing how much they've improved since last summer's FIBA Basketball World Cup. You know, even if they don't make it to Paris, I'll tell you one thing I'm looking forward to. 2025 FIBA Afro-Basket, because that is going to be one hell of a competition. Tunisia, Nigeria, South Sudan, and Angola. That's where I want my ticket. I'm telling you, I'm booking.
You mentioned it. They haven't won since 2013. The Afro-Basket was called the Africa's Championships back then. And I agree with you. I think if this team can get together, even if they don't qualify for Paris, but right now with the way that they're playing, I still think they have a chance. And then after that, leading on to next summer, stepping stone. It's always about improving, and it's about having commitment. You know, you want to build a team around the core same men.
Well, a nice finish underneath the bucket by Sylvie de Souza. You know, hypothetically, if they are, and I mean if, to meet Spain again here at the FIBA OQT, it would have to be in the final potentially. And having played them once, there's a lot you can learn from that. Here comes Brizuela. Finds Santi. He's got away with a travel, but Brizuela's unable to hit it. 10 final seconds. 8-point lead here to Spain. I think a kickball violation. No, a foul's going to be called against. No, kickball violation. My apologies. A phenomenal ending here for Spain. They've had to really grind this one out. They didn't particularly shoot the ball well from the perimeter in the first half, but they did turn that around. 5.9 left. Well, basketball fans, again, we'd like to say thank you for joining us here in Valencia. But at the end of this one, it is indeed going to be Spain who take the victory and top the group as they win 89-81 against Angola. No repeat of the Barcelona 1992 Olympics for Angola, but it's not over. Angola have another game tomorrow. They'll play Lebanon, in which the winner will finish second and meet the Bahamas in the semifinals of this 2024 FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. I got to tell you, that was a great game to watch.
That was a great game, and you know, you in a way you kind of feel bad for Angola because I think they did a lot of things where they deserved to play, and they proved, I hope, to themselves that if they meet Spain again, they could possibly come up with a win. You know, you don't want to harp on it, but missing 10 free throws in such a close game is something that you're going to look back on. But at the same time, I think it was the Spanish defense that came out and did a really, really great job, especially in that third quarter. And that's where they really kind of cemented their lead, and they were able to hold on to it the rest of the game.
Well, Spain topped the group. Again, they'll find out tomorrow if they'll be meeting Finland or Poland. And one thing for sure is when we get to the semifinals, this is going to be a sellout crowd. But I got to give credit to Angola. You love to see the progression of a national team as Spain throw out the balls to their fans. But even better, the Angolan fans have come here tonight. They've waved their flag with pride. And I tell you what, it's going to be exciting games tomorrow. Finland versus Poland, that winner will take on Spain. Angola versus Lebanon, and that winner will take on the rise of the basketball in the Bahamas. It is so exciting, and it's all live here on Courtside 1891.
Yeah, you said it. We know who is finishing first in this group, and it's going to be Spain with their 2 wins. And the Bahamas, maybe the shock team. I mean, if you watched them play last summer, you wouldn't say the Bahamas are a big shock coming into this. But finishing first in their group, 2 really good wins over strong European teams, Finland and Poland today. Well, everyone's going to be sitting around watching and figuring out who they're playing. And there's a lot at stake tomorrow, which makes this tournament even more exciting.
Well, of course, the top plays from this game, a phenomenal performance by Spain in the second half, and the tempo of this out. This has to be the play of 2024. Silvio de Souza. And you know what? It was one of his teammates this season you may have seen on social media that got the alley-oop from the baseline inbound play. What is it with these players playing in Thessaloniki this year? High-flying action. It's simply beautiful. This is the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. And I tell you what, if everybody thought Spain was the favorites, well, Angola's proven today that they can battle with them. Then there's also the Bahamas and maybe either both Finland or Poland. We will find out. Unfortunately shown up, well, fortunately or unfortunately, there wasn't a third upset. Philippines' big victory tonight here in Riga. And of course, the other one, New Zealand, coming back to life. It's all to play for in the FIBA OQTs. I don't want it to end.
I know, neither do I, but it's not over. We're going to have a great day tomorrow, not just us in Valencia, but all over the world, wondering who's going to cement their spots in the semifinals. And then after that, we're all going to be starting to do our little predictions in our head. We know we're going to be making bets, especially you and I. I'm excited. I think today was a really, really good game. I think some big performances. This is not the same Spanish team I saw play last summer. They're moving better, they look better, they're more connected.
Well, the night is still young. And what I mean by that is I'm going back home, I'm going on courtside 1891, and I'm watching the FIBA OQT games that are being played in San Juan. I tell you what, get yourself on courtside 1891 and check out the games. Remember, 4 tournaments, 4 teams will qualify for the Paris Olympics. So make sure you tune in. But for now, here in Valencia, we want to say adios and buenas noches.